Okay, good evening, everybody. Call first the public hearing for local law 7 to order. If you stand for the pledge to the flag. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Now see the deputy clerk to do the roll call, please.
Councilman Coleman.
Here.
Councilwoman Allen. Here. Councilman Paddock.
Aye. I'm here.
Here. And Supervisor Baden.
Here.
Mike, are we recording?
Yep, we are recording. Also present, attorney for the town of Christiana. First order of business is public hearing for local law number 7 of 2022, amending chapter 132 vehicles and traffic of the code of the town of Rochester. I will open it up first to anybody present who wishes to speak, and then we'll see if there's anyone online. So does anyone here wish to speak?
I'd like to speak. This is local law 7 of 2022. So my understanding was we were changing the law so that the constable could write tickets, and I see that the fine structures changed dramatically. So in the old law, we had parking law that was $50. And so now we get to, if I get to page 5, the penalties, additional penalties may be assessed against the defendant by the court for failure to timely plead or appear pursuant to these rules, and having appeared for a hearing, failing to make a timely payment assessed thereat. I could go on, but this is rather burdensome. And I'm thinking that the judge in the court assessed fines, and it was $50 before. Maybe we could just say up to 100 and let the court decide what the fine is. The board doesn't, you're not in the fine business, right? I didn't think. So in this, I thought that the constabulary was an issue, and we had a review, and then all of a sudden everything is, he's out patrolling again. And I would like to, and I know that you guys in Union don't know everything that happened, and I know that it, you know, good news spreads fast. You don't hear some of the horror stories that maybe I know about that have happened with this patrol. So we hired a consultant and the town paid for it.
Meg, can I ask you please stick to the topic of the local law? This is not public comment. This is about the local law. Thank you.
Then I am confused because I heard that we were changing the law so the constables could write tickets. Okay. So we are, and we're changing the fine. So I will wait now until we have public comment and the regular meeting.
Okay.
Thank you.
Thank you very much. Is anyone else who wishes to speak? Yes.
Could you clarify what this law is about? Maybe that'll help.
Sure, I'd be happy to. What this local law does is it allows summons to be issued by any authorized police officer, or town constable as defined by the laws of the state of New York. A summons or a ticket can be placed on a vehicle that is parked. The fines, as outlined in this, are $50 for the first offense for stopping, standing, or parking where prohibited, $100 for the second offense within 18 months for stopping, standing, or parking where prohibited, $150 for the third offense within 18 months, stopping, standing, or parking in front of a fire hydrant at any time during the year, if that may occur in town of Rochester. At the moment, I don't believe there are any, but it's $100 for the first offense, $200 for the second, $300 for the third. Illegally parking in a handicap space is $150. 3 or more violations within an 18th month shall also result in the suspension of the vehicle registration. The additional penalties that were spoken of are additional penalties that the court will impose upon failure to plead, appear in court, or pay the fine more than 30 days after the date of the summons. That is a $10 surcharge. Upon failure to plead, appear in court, or pay the fine more than 45 days, but less than 76 days, is an additional 30. And upon failure to plead, appear in court, or pay the fine more than 75 days after the date of summons, is an additional penalty of $50. And upon showing of good cause made by the defendant under oath, an additional penalty is sentence against such defendant may be invaded in whole or in part at the discretion of the court. So the court has the ability to waive that.
Now,
So-
may I
Yes,
thank you?
please.
This is this 3-part ticket or so many part ticket issued for the vehicle. Is that correct? Not necessarily the driver. That's
That is
what has changed. Is that
That
correct?
is correct.
Okay, I wanted to clarify that. I'm not sure that we knew that. This is something that started 18 months ago. I'm not sure if it started during COVID or if it was before that, and then it was taken up again at some point. So, there's a little more background. This is being done so that cars at depot can be ticketed when they're found to be parked in the road, which is correct. This is also, will also be helpful when the constables were working up on 4455 and found cars in a no parking zone. They could ticket the car and not the person in it. Those are all correct statements. Okay, so the background is, so I'm glad that this is finally coming to a law to help that, especially in town and with people parking.
Okay. Let me just see if anyone else wants to speak first. Mr. Grasso, local law 7?
I have one comment.
Okay.
Because everybody else already spoke.
No? Okay. Oh, Ms. Avery,
Yeah, go ahead.
let you go first. Sorry.
Now, down at Depot, concerning that violation where there was a hydrant, it's not a hydrant, but it's a fill station for the fire department. Would that constitute? Because there was a sign around, so there.
He's still there.
Okay, would that constitute a hydrant, the extra charge because of
I
the?
don't know the answer.
I mean, those are stand sites, and maybe we should add stand sites as well.
Well, we'll get into discussion.
Okay.
This is public hearing, so let's not get. Mr. Grasso?
My question / concern, because there's not a lot of public hearing back and forth, which I appreciate. I guess my only comment is, do we feel like the judge should be identifying the rate of the fine at court rather than a, let's call it a flat fee amount based on number of delinquencies? So for instance, in the first delinquency, you have a $50 fine. After you've done it again in 18 months, it's $100. I don't recall exactly the dollar amount, but do we feel like it's better to maybe have a flat fee for the first infraction, and then the second infraction on the judge's behalf? The reason I say that is because there could be other infractions that that person is committing that the constable might not necessarily know of. If the judge knows that this person's had, I'm talking out loud again, 5 DUIs and 6 other parking issues in the city of Kingston, $100 doesn't necessarily seem very stringent enough, in my opinion, because it's fairly cheap for somebody to leave their car and go away from the. So without the back and forth, I just don't necessarily think there should be a set amount for a reoccurring problem. I think that a base factor price is realistic, just like you do when you get pulled over by a cop. You know, having your cell phone in your hand is a $90 fine, whatever the fee is. But for multiple times, I think that it should be at the judge's discretion, just because there could be other things that we don't know about. Without the back and forth, that's sort of my sense of that matters.
Okay,
Just to update the background, yes, I realize all those things, but the review has been going on longer than 18 months and more. The constable has been talking about making $140,000 a year annually for the town and parking summonses, and was on the internet asking for a machine that would scan. So this has been going on for years. That somebody wanted to generate revenue for the town and parking tickets.
My comment, if I may, was just on the 3-part ticket only.
Yeah.
Was when I introduced it to the board, was 3-part ticket. So that if the car was parked and the owner could not be found, that it was based on the license plate of the car, and that's what this is about.
I think that's a good idea.
License plate of the thing.
anyone else wish to say anything more? There's nobody online. With that, I'd ask the board for a motion to close the public hearing.
I'll make that motion.
Simple, any discussion? All in favor? Aye. Opposed? Abstained. Okay, I'd ask for a motion to close the public hearing portion of the meeting, and then we'll open the regular meeting. Is that a motion?
I'll second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Abstained. Okay. So Aaron, if you would change the